What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we are deep into the 2026 NASCAR Cup Series season. And things are already getting dramatic in ways nobody saw coming. Today we are talking about a story that has been developing for the past couple of weeks, one that involves a driver health crisis, a last-minute lineup change, and a proven champion stepping into one of the most iconic cars in NASCAR history. We are talking about Alex Bowman, the number 48 Chevrolet, and the man Hendrick Motorsports has now turned to for the second week in a row as they head to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Buckle up, because this one has layers. Let's go back to where this all started. 2 weeks ago, at the Circuit of the Americas, Alex Bowman climbed behind the wheel of the number 48 and went to work on that twisting road course in Austin, Texas. Now, COTA is a demanding circuit under any circumstances, but during that race, something went very wrong for Bowman. He began experiencing vertigo symptoms. And if you know anything about vertigo, you know it is not just a minor inconvenience. Vertigo is a serious condition where your sense of balance is completely disrupted. Imagine being in a race car travelling at speeds approaching 200 miles per hour, managing traffic, braking zones, and tyre wear, and simultaneously dealing with a sensation that the world around you is spinning. It is genuinely dangerous, and the fact that Bowman managed to get through that race at all speaks to his professionalism and his toughness. But here is where the situation got more serious. Those symptoms did not go away after the checkered flag. The vertigo persisted, and it persisted badly enough that when the NASCAR Cup Series caravan arrived at Phoenix Raceway the following weekend, Alex Bowman was not in the number 48 car. Hendrick Motorsports made the difficult but absolutely necessary call to hold their driver out of competition. They brought in Anthony Alfredo to fill in, a capable driver who has logged plenty of miles at the Cup level and did what he needed to do in an unfamiliar car under tough circumstances. But Alfredo's stint in the 48 was always going to be a stopgap solution. The hope was that Bowman would recover quickly, get medical clearance and be back behind the wheel as soon as possible. That has not happened. And now, as the Cup Series prepares to head to Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the Pennzoil 400, Hendrick Motorsports has confirmed that Alex Bowman will once again sit out. He is still working closely with his medical team, still going through the process of figuring out exactly what is going on with his health. And as of right now, he has not received the medical clearance he needs to return to competition. Jeff Andrews, the president and general manager of Hendrick Motorsports, made it clear that Bowman's health is the absolute top priority, and that until doctors give the all-clear, they are not putting him back in that car. And honestly, that is exactly the right call. No race, no championship points, no sponsor obligation is worth risking the long-term health and safety of a driver. Hendrick Motorsports deserves credit for handling this situation the right way. So the question becomes, if not Bowman, then who? And this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. Hendrick Motorsports has tapped Justin Allgaier to pilot the number 48 at Las Vegas. And if you follow NASCAR at any level beyond just the Cup Series, you already know exactly why that is a significant name. Justin Allgaier is not some random call-up or a rookie looking for a shot. This is a man who spent the better part of the last decade being one of the most dominant forces in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He drove for JR Motorsports, the team co-owned by Dale Earnhardt Jr., and he became synonymous with winning at that level. Allgaier was a fan favourite, a guy known for his racecraft, his consistency, and his ability to close out races when it mattered most. And in 2024, he put it all together in the most definitive way possible, claiming the NASCAR O'Reilly Series Championship. After years of being one of the best drivers at that level, he finally had the title to match his talent. And it was a moment that the entire NASCAR community celebrated because, frankly, there are few people in the garage who work harder or deserve it more than Justin Allgaier. Now here is a detail that should have Las Vegas fans genuinely excited. Allgaier has actually won a race at Las Vegas Motor Speedway before. He did it while racing for JR Motorsports in the Xfinity Series, and that experience on that 1.5 mile oval is going to matter. Las Vegas is a track that rewards smoothness, patience, and the ability to manage tyre degradation over long runs. It is a facility where your ability to find the right lane at the right time can make or break your day. Allgaier knows that track. He has stood in victory lane there. That is not a coincidence when Hendrick Motorsports is making this decision, and you can bet that familiarity with the venue was a factor in why he got the call over Alfredo or anyone else. But let's zoom out and think about what this all means for Hendrick Motorsports as an organisation, because the implications here go beyond just one weekend. The number 48 is one of the most storied numbers in NASCAR history. Jimmy Johnson won 7 championships in that car, and the legacy attached to it puts a certain kind of weight on everyone who climbs in. Bowman took over that car in 2020 and has had some genuinely strong moments, including victories and playoff appearances. This team is not just trying to survive these few races without him. They are trying to keep the program on track, maintain momentum, protect whatever standing they have in the playoff picture, and make sure that when Bowman does come back, he is stepping into a program that has not lost too much ground. That is a lot to ask of a substitute driver. Allgaier is talented enough to handle the moment, but this is still a significant step up. The Cup Series cars are different animals compared to the Xfinity machinery. The horsepower is different, the handling balance is different, the races are longer, the competition level is deeper. Even the most experienced Cup regulars have bad days at Las Vegas. Allgaier is going to have to get up to speed quickly, build a relationship with a crew that has been working with Bowman for years, and then go out and try to produce a result that keeps the 48 program in a respectable position. And here is what makes this race weekend particularly compelling. Las Vegas Motor Speedway is one of those tracks where the unexpected can happen. It is a facility that produces racing with multiple grooves, where tyre fall-off creates strategy windows, where a bold call from the pit box can put a driver in position to contend for a win, even if they did not have the fastest car for 3/4 of the race. If there was ever a track where an outsider could come in, get comfortable quickly, and find themselves in the mix on Sunday afternoon, Las Vegas is it. The combination of Allgaier's track history there and the overall quality of the Hendrick Motorsports equipment means we should absolutely not count out the number 48 this weekend. As for Alex Bowman himself, the thoughts from the NASCAR community are with him right now. Vertigo is not just uncomfortable, it can be genuinely debilitating. And dealing with it in the context of a racing career, where your livelihood depends on physical function and split-second reaction time, adds a whole other layer of stress to the situation. Bowman is doing the right thing by following his doctor's guidance and not rushing back before he is ready. There is a version of this story where a driver pushes through something like this, gets back in the car too soon, and ends up in a much worse situation. Nobody wants to see that. The priority is getting him healthy, fully healthy, and then getting him back in that car when the time is right. There is reason to be optimistic on that front. Vertigo, while serious, is often a condition that resolves with proper treatment and rest. Medical teams that work with motorsport athletes are well equipped to address these kinds of issues, and with the resources that Hendrick Motorsports has access to, Bowman is going to have every possible advantage in his recovery. The question is simply a matter of time, and the expectation within the NASCAR community is that this is a temporary absence rather than something that threatens his career long term. So as we head into the Las Vegas race weekend, here is what we are watching. We are watching to see how quickly Justin Allgaier can get up to speed in the number 48 Chevrolet during practice and qualifying. We are watching to see whether that Vegas track knowledge gives him an early advantage in finding the right setup. We are watching to see how the Hendrick Motorsports crew adapts to working with a different driver under pressure. And above all, we are keeping an eye on any updates regarding Alex Bowman's medical situation, because the moment he gets that clearance, you can expect him to be strapped back into that car faster than you can say green flag restart. This is one of those stories that reminds you why NASCAR is compelling, not just because of the racing itself, but because of the human element. Real people, real health challenges, real careers on the line, and a sport that somehow keeps moving forward no matter what. The number 48 will be on that grid at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, just with a different man inside. And that man is a champion. Whatever happens on race day, this is going to be one worth watching.